Do you know you can build a website under 10 minutes without having to write any code at all? Today we're going to use ChatGPT to generate the entire site for us. Copy, paste, done. No coding skills, no stress, just ChatGPT doing the heavy lifting. First, we will start by telling GPT what we want it to do for us. Now, we are going to key in some prompts into GPT. We'll tell GPT to create a modern business landing page using HTML and CSS. Include a hero section, an about section, a service section, and a contact form. Also feel free to include modern colors and fonts where needed, and also use font awesome icons for elaborate illustrations. Make the site clean and very professional. When we are done keying in this prompt, we will click send to let GPT generate the code for us. Now ChatGPT will work its magic. It will go ahead to generate tons of code for us, one after the other, according to our prompts. Once GPT is done generating the code, as you can see right here, GPT has generated a HTML and a CSS code as we prompted it to. We will go ahead and copy this code right now and go to our Visual Studio Code. That's our code editor. I'm using Visual Studio Code for this tutorial. We'll go to Visual Studio Code, create an index.html file. Once we are done creating this file, by clicking on the new file icon beside the side panel, we'll paste in the code we got from GPT into the index.html file. Scan the code for some moments and then load it with Live Server to see the sample of what GPT has created for us. Beautiful. ChatGPT has gone ahead to create an amazing business landing page design, which comprises of the home section, the about section, the service section, and the contact form, exactly as we have instructed it to. You can go ahead and scroll around to see what we have here. Now, from the look of things, it's very evident that the images used in the hero section and in the about section did not generate properly. That is why we are getting the alternative text instead of the actual image. Now, to easily fix this, we will go back to ChatGPT and tell it to generate the image prompt needed to generate the images for the hero section and the about section of our landing page. Again, GPT will go ahead and give us a detailed image prompt that we can use to generate the actual image needed in the hero section and the about section. Once again, we will highlight this image prompt, go to our favorite free to use text to image generating AI, ArtFlow, and paste in the image prompt that ChatGPT has given us earlier and click on the generate button. ArtFlow, as usual, will give us 4 different images to choose from. Once ArtFlow is done generating these images, we choose the best amongst it and download. We are going to repeat the same process for the about section image. Now, these downloaded images will exist in our download folder in our computer. So, To access these images, all we have to do is to go to the download directory of our computer. Once we've opened it, we'll highlight these two new downloaded images. That's the files, the image file. Once we've highlighted them, we'll copy or cut, whichever one you prefer. Then move down to our project folder, which is in our desktop directory. Once we've opened the project folder, that's the folder where we are building the landing page. We will create an image folder in the project folder, and inside this image folder we will paste these two image files that we downloaded from Artflow. Once we've done that, we should be able to see the image folder in our code editor, VS Code. Now, to easily use these images, we will go to the exact spots where GPT had earlier inserted some image link which didn't generate properly, and replace it with our newly downloaded image files. To access the image folder which is in the project folder, we will use a dot and a forward slash. Once we've used the dot and the forward slash, we can be able to see the image folder file open. Now, once we open it, we'll now select any of these images for the hero section, and afterwards we will repeat the same process for the about section. Once we are done, we will go ahead and preview our site. That's the landing page, to know what it looks like. Wow, this looks amazing. GPT has successfully helped us to create an amazing and modern looking website without us having to write any code at all ourselves. Isn't that amazing? All we have to do is get the right prompt and get the job done. Beautiful. Now, another amazing thing I would like to show us in this video is how to create an external CSS sheet for your website to make things clean and very organized. So to easily create an external CSS sheet for your projects, all you have to do is click on the new file icon, which is at the side panel of your code editor. Click on it, create a new file named styles.css. Once you're done typing, you click enter. You go ahead, highlight all the code under the style tag. From this style tag, from the opening style tag to the closing style tag, we highlight all the code inside the style tag. We cut it out of the HTML and then paste it into the style sheet. Once we've done this, we will see some error existing because of the style tag. You know, in a style sheet, we don't need to also add a style tag in a style sheet. So with that said, we'll go ahead and remove the style tags that are in the code, leaving only the code in the style sheet. To link this style sheet, this external style sheet, into our HTML, what we will do is to create a link tag at the head section of our HTML, directly under the title tag. We'll type in link, click enter, and then use a dot and forward slash to access the styles.css sheet. Beautiful. Now we have successfully linked our external style sheet to our existing HTML file. We'll go ahead and preview again to know what we now have. Okay, everything looks pretty the same way. Everything looks okay. Another thing we are going to do is to try to make the site responsive. By responsive, I mean making the site compatible with all screen size, be it a mobile phone, a laptop, or a tablet. And to do this, you're going to be using the help of ChatGPT. So we'll go back to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to kindly generate the responsive style code for this style sheet. Once we've typed that in, we'll copy the code in the style sheet and paste it into ChatGPT and then click enter. ChatGPT will go through the code and then quickly regenerate the full file code, which comprises of our existing CSS code and the new responsive version of the CSS code. Once GPT is done, right under here, you can see where GPT also suggested a fully responsive hamburger menu, mobile menu, which is also part of what we need. So we are going to take that suggestion from ChatGPT, we'll highlight it and paste it into the text area. We'll say, yes, kindly generate or add a hamburger mobile menu. Once we are done, we'll click enter. Now GPT will go ahead and generate that for us. Perfect. From the look of things, it looks like GPT has gone ahead to give us a new version of the nav HTML code. So because for us to achieve this hamburger effect that we are requesting for, we need to adjust the nav section code to make it compatible with the mobile hamburger menu effects. And alongside this HTML code, GPT has also given us the new style code and the JS code, that's the JavaScript code for the toggling effect on mobile view. So to incorporate all of this into what we already have, we will highlight the HTML code first, go back to our code editor, and use this new HTML code that GPT has given us to replace the previously existing nav HTML code. Once we've done that, we will also highlight or copy the newly generated CSS code that GPT has given us in order for us to achieve the mobile menu hamburger effect, and paste it under the existing style sheet code that GPT gave us. Once we've done that, we'll also highlight the script code that GPT has given us and place it just as GPT has instructed, directly above the closing tag of the body in our HTML. So once we've done that, we'll try previewing to know what we have. Amazing. GPT has successfully created this amazing business landing page that is responsive on all screen size. We'll go ahead and toggle between different screen size like we have it here on Google Chrome, and then try experimenting with the different font types, clicking on the hamburger menu to see how it successfully adjusts perfectly well with all screen size. This is beautiful. Wow. We'll try clicking on the nav links to know if they are working, and yep, everything looks perfect. Wow, this is beautiful. GPT has successfully given us a very responsive business landing page without us having to write any code ourselves. This is beautiful. You can go ahead and try it out. You can go ahead and experiment. I will also be dropping the link to the prompts I used in this tutorial just for your trying period, so you can use it to check things out. Everything here looks simply amazing. The color scheme is perfect, just as we requested. The font looks good, just as we asked for. And I think this is just about it. Go ahead and comment if you like this. If you like this video, just subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks.